So this past week has not only been the start of my trading journey, but also this channel as a whole. My whole plan for this channel was to make it some sort of an archive or something I can look back to in the future. And I think one of the most important aspects of looking back on the past is the reflection. So in this video, I will be breaking down my weekly trades and my thought processes during the trades, the market conditions and how I felt about the market movements as a whole. And then I'll be reviewing my journal entries that I made throughout the week. I think reflection will help anyone master any sort of skill when it comes to trading or anything else in life. So without further ado, let's hop into the video. Also, before we get into this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more recaps and weekly reviews so you don't make the same mistakes that I do. Okay, first things first is this trade right here that I took on the 3rd of June. This one was the risky trade that I took that did end up getting me $50, but yeah, it was not a great setup, honestly. But yeah, overall, it wasn't a great setup. I kind of just took it to trade, and that was honestly this whole week. And that was just massive mistakes. Massive mistakes. I would have hit TP here. And I do want to do some more analysis on this trade to see why exactly it hit. I assume it's just because we didn't even sweep. We swept this like 5-minute liquidity that sent us up, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can see on why we went up so far. Was it? No, we didn't tap into the fair value gap. Well, we did, but it's already been tested. So okay, so the next trade I took was this one on the very next day, June 4th. I don't think it was a good setup from what I remember. Let's quickly go to the hourly so I can just check out what exactly happened here. Yeah, so we did end up sweeping 1 hour liquidity. Okay, yeah, so we ended up sweeping the 1 hour lows, then we made a move up, kind of breaking out of this order block here, and then I should have probably waited for this order block, if anything, but I don't think it would have mattered because we would have been stopped out anyway. Yeah, we didn't hit take profit. Well, we would have if I waited a little bit longer, but I mean, that would have been the very next day, like almost 24 hours later. So yeah, definitely not a great trade. I don't know exactly why we turned around here. I think the market just didn't have enough liquidity or something. I really don't know. But yeah, bad trade. Switched up my bias again. I'm pretty sure that day I was bearish. But yeah, not a great trade at all. Ended up losing me. I think this one was also around 50. No, this one was around $100. Yeah, this one was around $100 that I lost. Yeah. Here's the next trade that I took on the S&P on the very next day. I traded 4 out of the 5 days this week, which was, yeah. We'll get into that once I do my review on the actual state of the week's like movements. I know why this trade failed, and it was actually again no, this one I was definitely bearish on the day. This was the second last trade, and then I made the video on it. So yeah. This day I was bearish, then I switched my bias to bullish because of a sweep and then some breaker structure or something like that. I can't really remember. I don't want to remember, but I'm going to have to because I need to stop making these mistakes. But basically what ended up happening is we came up and we swept this liquidity on the NASDAQ, and we ended up plummeting all the way down. So yeah, I should have waited for that and just taken my short position like I felt like I should, but yeah, ended up costing me another $50, I think this was, or 100. I think one of those two. And then finally this horrible day. Yeah, Friday was not a great day. So what ended up happening is we swept these highs and we fell down. I was bearish again today, and we would have hit my first take profit at least, so at least my second take profit. I think this would have been my first, second, third, and we would have broken even on, yeah, on that. So not a great trade. I entered in 2 positions, making me lose way more money than I should have. I lost another 100 here. So during this week, I made a lot of mistakes, and I made the same mistakes again. So definitely not a great week, and I will take this opportunity to learn that I should trust my bias a little bit more. And yeah, so total on the week, I am down $221 or around 4.5% roundabout. So yeah, I don't have a lot left before I'm gonna have to reset the account again. Well, not again, reset the account. Yeah, definitely a learning opportunity for sure. Okay, let's now move on to the market conditions side of things. Okay, it wasn't great. Everything that I'm seeing on online, like on social media as well, wasn't great. So honestly, I shouldn't have been. I shouldn't have been trading this week. Um, Kind of a lack of discipline on my side. So again, I will try fix these mistakes. We're probably just gonna have a lot more zero sum days, but that is honestly fine in the when I'm trying to perfect this skill. Obviously, you can't perfect it, but when I'm trying to get good at trading and trying to actually build a career off this off trading. So yeah, the market conditions were definitely horrible. I'm gonna say the price action was horrible. There was no move setups, like real golden move setups that I saw, and yeah, completely my fault that I traded this week, and hopefully I learned from this. So yeah. Okay, so now I'm just gonna look at my trading journal entries, and I'm gonna just highlight the mistakes that I really made and actually put them in bullet points, because it's a lot easier to conceptualize what I did wrong when they're in a simple bullet point. Okay, so I've read through them already. So first thing is my discipline. I've got a bit of a trigger finger when it comes to wanting to trade, which is a horrible thing. I shouldn't just trade to trade. I should trade for the outcome instead. The next mistake was changing my bias. I should trust my gut a little bit more. And yeah, because my bias was right almost every day of the week, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I should definitely trust myself a little bit more and make my trades based off that. But I should also not force a trade because of how I'm feeling on the day. If there's no setup, there's no setup. From next week, I will have a strict setup policy that I have to hit bullet point by bullet point before I can even think about trading. Yeah, overall, the biggest fault that I made during this entire week was my emotions. The discipline, the emotions, me wanting to trade all the time, it was bad. But yeah, that is the end of this video. It's not going to be a long video. It's kind of just me reviewing my weekly performance and kind of keeping myself in check. Really pointing out my mistakes and putting it out there in the world so everyone can learn from my mistakes as well. So yeah, I hope you guys took something away from this video. Don't trade with emotions. If you don't got your setup, don't take it. Stick to your setup. If you force a trade, you're gonna end up down on the week. I can tell you right now. Obviously, I'm still a beginner trader, so I am still learning. But this was a great learning opportunity for me to do these weekly recaps and eventually the monthly recap that is coming at the end of the month, at the end of every month. But yeah, this is gonna be in a separate playlist because this isn't a recap. It's kind of just a what I learned. You know, that's exactly what I'm going to call it, probably. What I learned this week. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching till the end of the video. Hope you guys took something away from this whole kind of review. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys Monday. Well, actually, that's tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another week in trading. Hopefully the price action's better. Peace.